back in the time where there were black and white televisions and dial telephones. No, not that long ago. When I was young, my dad's best friends were a husband and wife, and he was Australia's #1 photographer, and she was the editor for Elle magazine and Clio magazine, which is a younger girls magazine. And I was as tall as I am now then, which actually is not that tall in the Western modeling world. But I was 11 years old and I was already this tall. I didn't fit in. I was in Australia and the typical beauty was a blonde hair, blue-eyed girl. And I was tall and really skinny and mixed and don't know what, and really gawky looking with crazy hair. The reason my hair's always pulled back is because my hair's actually really crazy. And so they used to say to me, one day you'll be a model. And I was like, what? You see me? Are you sure? So I never had that sort of dream of being a model or actress or famous or any of those things, because I didn't really equate myself to that. I didn't see myself as being that. But I was always fiercely independent. As a kid, I would do things like wash dogs, walk dogs, babysit cats, make pancakes, make lemonade, paint rocks and sell them. Anything that I could do just to earn some pocket money. And then one summer, I thought to myself, well, they said I could do this. Maybe I'll just try, to have something to do during my summertime. And so I called them and said, hey, what do you think? They connected me with one of the top agencies in Australia at the time. And then within 2 weeks, I was off to Japan. And that was it. That was the beginning of everything. I don't like seaweed much, or I didn't. Less of an aversion now, but used to be a big aversion, like fear, and really didn't like it. And octopus, so same kind of thing, like this kind of, I can wrap all my arms and tentacles around you, When I was young in Tokyo, I had to do a shoot and they just covered me in seaweed. Like as in my clothes were seaweed. I had to wear seaweed, It was very little. I mean, I didn't wear much, right? It was a seaweed necklace and a big bow made out of seaweed, and then a bikini made out of seaweed, and a tiny skirt made out of seaweed. And I don't know how they actually managed to publish the picture, because I think I was crying and my face was probably something like this. The things you have to do, when you have no say. Oh, I put my hand in cow poo. Some things you just have to do, right? This hand. Before I had my first child, I went diving in Thailand. The sea was full of life and color and vibrancy and coral and fish. And I think it was just like a year later or a year and a half later, after I'd had my first child, and I went diving in the same location again, and it was gray. The fish were in fish traps, and there was rubbish at the bottom of the sea. So my aha moment was then, if in a year's time, in the same location, there was so much change to the environment, to the ocean, what is my child going to have left? What is he going to have left, right? And what am I doing about it? So I think that was another aha moment for me. Hi, I'm Nadya Hutagalung. Thank you for flying with us. I hope your journey hasn't been too bumpy, and welcome to your destination.